What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh, wow, okay. Long time coming, I suppose. Making their debut on the channel tonight. We have Stryper. Yes, indeed. How about that? Stryper making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those clicks and likes, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Gerard Suarez, and Gerard wanted to see me react to this song by Stryper called Blood from Above. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, are you kidding me? This is that song. I know this song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, you're probably wondering why I'm chuckling so much about Stryper. I've heard of Stryper. I heard about Stryper like when they first came out on the scene. I think they came out in like 86 or 87. And I remember hearing about these guys in like the late 80s, early 90s. And I never gave them a chance. I never did. Number one, they were like considered to be, you know, hair metal-ish, and I just wasn't interested at all. Number two, and I'm not saying this to be anti-religion or anything, but I mean, I heard that they were a Christian rock band, and I was just like, not my thing. So I never really gave them a chance. You know, back in the 80s and 90s, there was this stigma about Christian rock, and you know, people just really weren't into it unless they were really into religion, and that's fine. I'm not knocking religion whatsoever. I'm just saying I didn't see the correlation. I'm like, metal and Christianity does not add up. You know, I'm looking for this to happen, and it was just constantly, you know, that. And I'm sitting there going, how does this compute? You know, so I guess we're gonna find out. I guess we're gonna find out just how it computes. This was posted by Frontiers Music SRL, okay? And the video has 303,764 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? 'Cause here we go. All right, here we go. Stryper, Blood from Above, official lyric video. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
Whenever we see that word official, it doesn't matter if it's official lyric video, official music video, official audio, official live video, it doesn't matter. If you see that word official, the chances, the odds of the video getting blocked are going to be slightly higher. Now, I'm not saying that the video is going to get blocked for sure. I'm just saying that the chances and the odds of it getting blocked are a little bit higher. So we just got to be careful and we got to hope for the best. You know, no guarantees, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yeah.
A star hard to shine, true light divine. Oh, to die for me and for you. Try half a sun with no love to
Okay. Very, very, very late 80s sounding. Very hair metal sounding, if I'm being honest here. The energy's good. The energy's good. The speed is good. The drive is good. But it definitely has that late 80s hair metal feel, without question. It's definitely there. I don't know when this song was recorded and when it was released. I have no idea. This may be new. I will say it does, from a production standpoint, it does sound new. I don't hear a lot of hiss. It sounds very clean, very cleanly mixed. Sounds a little digital too, if I'm being honest with you. It sounds like it's a little processed, but that tells me it's been Pro Tooled. So I'm wondering if I'm actually pretty certain that this is fairly new. I'm talking within the last probably 10 years, between like 2012 to 2022. I don't know exactly where, but I have a feeling this is fairly recent. I don't think this is from the 80s. Or maybe it was and they remastered it. That's possible too. That's very possible. I have more to say, but I think I'm going to save that for the end. I think I'm going to save what I want to say for the review. Let's keep going for right now, and let's see where this goes.
Special friend. I straighten up, we'll practice for all. The crucifixion, the torment of I am. Oh, yeah. The Golgotha's head, he answered the call. Yeah. He's a holy human sacrifice. Down upon a cross, our righteous blood, our seed of love, flowing down grace in the blood from above.
I had a feeling guitar solo was coming.
He's a holy human sacrifice. Down upon a cross, our righteous blood, a seed of love, flowing down grace in the blood from above.
Oh, nice. You want to switch to that 6/8 feel? Right back into straight 4. Yeah, that was nice. The feeling that, and the thing is, I don't think they actually switched into 6/8. I think they just switched to a 6/8 feel, for that brief section there, and then they went back into that straight 4 again. That was nice. It was clean. It was really well done, and to some extent, I'm going to say it was kind of needed, because otherwise the song was going to be very redundant. No, it was nice. That was nice. Oh wow, we're almost done. This is a fast song. Holy cow, we're almost done. Okay, let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review. Yeah. No, I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not going to give anything away. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Stryper with Blood from Above. This was a request from Gerard Suarez. Okay, I gave it some thought, and there were a couple of things that I really had to kind of take into account here. And some things that, you know, some things I ended up, believe it or not, I actually ended up liking, and then there were other things I wasn't really the biggest fan of. And we're going to go over everything, I promise. I promise. Let me give the score first so everybody can understand the context of what I'm talking about. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that, believe it or not, I'm going to give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Believe me when I say this, 7.3 is no shock. It's not any more shocking to anyone else than it is to me. Okay, I did not see myself giving this song a 7.3 when I first started thinking about it. To be honest with you, I was down in the sixes. It was high sixes, but I was down in the sixes. And I thought about it, and I'm thinking it through, and believe it or not, the score came up to 7.3. I'm gonna tell you how this happened. I promise you. Okay. Let's just get this out of the way. Okay. I know the elephant in the room is just absolutely blaring and trumpeting right now. So let's just get to it. I understand, and I knew going into this what kind of a band Stryper is. They have never held back on saying who they are, what they are, and what they're about, and what inspires them. Okay? I understand they're a Christian-based band. Okay? I fully understand it. All right? Now, having said that, I have experienced other Christian-based bands, other spiritually-based bands on this channel. In particular, the first one that comes to mind, Skillet. Okay? And along with Skillet, we have other things like Demon Hunter and Fight the Fury and others. There's a few. I'm just not going to go down the list, but you know, these are a few to mention. Okay, now here's my big difference between all those other bands and Stryper. Stryper is very much about putting their message in your face. They very, very strongly convey their message in their lyrics, in their approach. And there's absolutely no denying it. You know, I guarantee you, I'm going to hear in the comments, oh, they're subtle about. No, they're not. Look at the lyrics. I don't really pay attention to lyrics very often, but they were up on the screen. I mean, I couldn't help but see them. Plus all the imagery in their music video. Now, I don't normally take music videos into account. Now, I didn't let the music video come into account with this either, but I couldn't help but notice all the imagery that was being used. To just further my argument, they are very much in your face about it. And other bands like Skillet, Demon Hunter, you know, and other bands like them, they're far more subtle in their message. You know, they're not, for lack of a better word, I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but the truth of the matter is, Skillet and these other bands, they're far less preachy about it. Whereas Stryper takes their lyrics and their inspiration for the lyrics, it sounds like directly from the book, you know, and it's just like, you know, it can be, I can see how a lot of people would be turned off by that. And a lot of people would be, to be perfectly honest with you, a lot of people would be put off by it. Now, I'm open-minded, I am. And I'm not going to say that I found it offensive. I didn't find it offensive like I know some people would, but I will say I do see where those people are coming from when they would say that they found it offensive. They found it being thrown in their face like that to be offensive. Now, to those people, I will say this. You don't have to listen to Stryper then. It's pretty simple. If you don't like the message, you don't like the fact that it's being thrown in your face, then don't listen to them. It's pretty simple. Just avoid them like the plague, move on and find something else. You know, and I will absolutely stand by Stryper. Listen, they have the freedom to write whatever songs they want, however they want, okay? And if they want to put those messages, blatantly in the listeners' faces, that's fine. That's what they want to do. They're more than welcome to do it. All I'm saying is be prepared for this. When you do that, be prepared to upset some people, okay? Now, you're going to be playing and writing these songs for a targeted, specific demographic, and you're going to make those people very happy, and that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is be prepared to upset some others. That's all there is to it. Was I offended? I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended. I will say I took notice. I noticed it, where Skillet is far more subtle about it. And to be honest with you, I've never heard them. I don't think I've ever heard Skillet get preachy. I don't think I've ever heard Skillet, take lines or inspiration directly from that book and say, this is what it's all about. I don't think I've ever heard them to do that. They're very, very subtle in their approach, and it's very sneaky in their approach, and I can appreciate that. So that's the elephant in the room, okay? We've tackled it. Let's move on. Now, let's talk about musicianship, okay? Listen. These guys are clearly talented musicians, okay? They know how to play their instruments. It's very obvious from the songwriting they know how to play their instruments, and from the execution, they obviously know how to play their instruments. In particular, the guitar player, really nice solo. Really nice solo. Heard a lot of hammer-ons, pull-offs. I wasn't sure if that one section was tapping or not. That one fast section, the integer between the notes, it wasn't very big, so it very well could have been hammer-ons and pull-offs. It could have been. Or it could have been tapping. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, it was clean. Vocals, clean. It was strong. It was very strong. Pretty decent range on the guy. It sounded good. It sounded clean. Couldn't really hear the bass, if I'm being honest. It was kind of buried in the mix, but that's very typical. The drumming was really nice. I think the drumming was one of the highlights for me, honestly. The drumming was accurate, very clean, and to be honest with you, pretty tasteful. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more, a little more on the overplay, but he kept it simple and he kept it stripped down, and I can appreciate that. Sometimes it's not about what you play. Sometimes it's about what you don't play, and this guy sounds like he's got a pretty good grasp on that. If I'm being honest, it did sound dated. It does sound dated. It does have a 80s feel to it, like a late 80s feel to it, or early 90s feel to it. That hair metal feel. It definitely has that without question. I didn't really get into it, if that makes sense. I mean, look, it was a fine job. It was a fine job, but me personally, I couldn't really find myself getting into it, like fully dove in. I didn't really feel myself being completely enraptured by it. It was good. It was really good. I will absolutely acknowledge that it was a really good job, and that's why it's getting the 7.3 from me. It was a really good job. I don't personally like the sound. I don't personally like the feel, but there's no denying the energy and the drive were there without question. So yeah, that's how I came to the 7.3. It is a really good song. I just don't know if I could ever get behind these guys because they do sound a little dated. And like I said, this sounds like it was recorded fairly recently, like within the last probably 10 years. Then again, maybe this was written, 30 years ago and they just remastered it. That's very possible as well. I don't know. I'm not 100% certain, but it definitely has that Pro Tools feel to it. So I'm kind of leaning toward written in the last 10 years. Having said that, it still sounds like it was written in the 90s, though, or late 80s. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure which way this goes. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments if this was from late 80s, early 90s, or if this was written fairly recently. I'm not sure. But I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. But yeah, 7.3, I feel good with that score. I feel that score is exactly what this song deserves, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 7.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope we all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.